Take a look at that bill in your wallet or the numbers in your bank account right now. What you're seeing isn't actually money. It's a promise given to you, guaranteed by the state. Today, the global economy stands on top of a massive debt mountain worth exactly $315 trillion. The US owes $38 trillion, the EU $14 trillion, Japan $9 trillion. From oil-rich Arabs to the disciplined Germans, everyone is in debt. But here is a question that defies logic. If every country in the world is in debt, who exactly is the creditor? Martians? No. In this video, we are going to uncover the biggest secret of modern finance, why money actually means debt, and why this system was never designed to pay its debts back. If you're ready, we are pulling back the curtain on this global illusion. Chapter 1. The Child of War. How Debt Was Invented. The idea of debt wasn't born in a bank, it is born on a battlefield. The year is 1694. England is clashing with France, but the king's coffers are bone dry. The gold is gone. Back then, the solution was simple. I'll show you the taxes I'll collect in the future as collateral. Give me cash now, they told the merchants. This is exactly how the Bank of England was born from a crisis. The state gained the power to spend money it didn't yet have. In return, it issued papers called bonds. In other words, national debt became a symbol of power, not failure. As long as you could borrow, you could build an empire. Kings who once conquered lands to steal gold began issuing bonds to collect interest. Chapter 2. The Global Game of Hot Potato. So who holds the end of the rope today? China? Actually, no. Let's look at the U.S. example. More than half of that $38 trillion is owed to Americans themselves, to their own banks, pension funds, and citizens. China's share is only around 2%. The deal is this. The system works like a massive game of hot potato. Japan lends to America. America lends to Europe through the IMF. Europe lends to developing nations via the World Bank. And those nations take the money they have and invest it back into American bonds because they are safe. In short, money is a series of promises circling the globe where the owner never truly changes, but the hands do. Everyone is holding someone else's promissory note. It's like a poker game where every player has borrowed chips from the one next to them. The only rule: no one leaves the table. Chapter 3. Why will the debts never be paid now? Hold on tight, these debts will never be paid off, because the system is built on them not being paid. Do you know what would happen if a state completely cleared its debt? Global markets would collapse. Because those government bonds are the safest assets in the hands of banks and pension funds today, the system aims to roll over the debt, not finish it. A new and larger debt is taken out to pay off the old one. Economists call this refinancing. Debt is like the heartbeat of the economy. If it stops, the body dies. If the U.S. tried to pay off all its debt tomorrow, trillions of dollars would be pulled from the market, liquidity would dry up, and the world would enter a Great Depression. In other words, staying in debt is the only way to stay alive. Chapter 4. The Secret Winners and Losers. But isn't there a price for this game? Of course there is. The phrase, "we owe it to ourselves," sounds innocent, but those interest payments flow from the bottom of society to the top. Those interest paid with your taxes go to the large institutions and super-rich investors who hold the debt. In other words, as the debt spiral grows, global income inequality naturally grows with it. Debt is a hidden transfer mechanism between classes.